It's exciting, and I know that next year we can do it too all together again, so we're pretty close too, so it's,
How does that help being close and getting along with everybody? How does that help?
it's really encouraging, and it makes me want to do better than for them as well.
How much of an advantage will you have this year by going last year?
I mean, I know what's going to happen. I know that we're going to play 2 sets of rounds.
Talk to me about how everybody helps everybody out a little
I
bit.
mean, they really made me think positive about golf and never give up.
And how is that helping? Have there been rounds where you maybe started off bad and go, you can mail it in, and you kept playing? Talk to me about that a little bit.
Yeah, I hear my teammates are doing good, so it's not really I'm not really stressed out about playing good or not, or so.
How has your game improved this year?
I mean, I worked pretty hard this year. I didn't play all summer, so I'm pretty proud of myself this year.
Would you rather do well as an individual or as a team down there?
I think if you aim for doing well as an individual, it really, reflects in your team score. So I'd say maybe individual, and then that will just reflect then onto the team.
When you play, does Coach Powell say, we've got some good rounds going, bad rounds going? Does she do anything like that? And how does that affect your game?
Well, usually I ask, how everybody's doing. Like I said, if I have a bad hole and I hear that Van Ree's having a good hole, or Haley's having a good hole, or Nikki or Chloe's having a good hole, then that really, picks me up mentally, and, there's hope for the next hole.
You can't win anything on the first day, but you can lose stuff on the first day. How do you keep playing on the biggest stage as a normal tournament?
I'd say the main thing with golf is taking it one at a time, one day at a time, one shot at a time. I mean, one hole at a time. It's just all a matter of focusing on where you are at right now, and from there it just all connects to each other. And
Okay. Talk to me about today's sectional win.
sectional win. Well, it's very exciting, I'll tell you that. Like you said last week, sectionals is really a big deal because in order to go to state, you have to make it past sectionals, and I think we did a great job today. We passed the test with flying colors, and I'm excited for state.
The win at sectionals, how much confidence does that maybe give you going into state?
It instills a lot of confidence in me. I know it instills a lot of confidence in my team, Coach T. Not that we're going to lay off any this week. We're going to go at it hard this week and practice so that we are 100% ready for state next week.
Talk to me about today's big sectional win.
Well, I'm very proud of my team because I did not have the best day ever, but there's always room for improvement, and I think we did really good as a team.
You're going to state. Just your thoughts overall about going to state.
I'm really excited. I think it's really special for Chloe and I to be the only freshmen, and I think it's kind of cool that we're the only freshmen that get to go to state, so I'm excited to show what I have.
How has your game improved over the course of the year?
Definitely I need to work on my putting, and that has improved in my shot. Like my hit from the drive is really good now, so.
It's the state's biggest meet. You're on this biggest stage as far as high school golf goes. How do you keep that as close to a regular meet as you can?
I mean, it's just another day. You take one shot at a time. I mean, you.
All right.
Okay,
That's
sorry.
all right. How do you make this as normal of a round as possible? How do you do that?
You just gotta lay off all the pressure and just take a deep breath and do your best.
In any big tournament, because you play, a conference meet, you play sectionals, you play districts, and these are all big as you go along. How much have you learned from playing in all these big, quote unquote, big tournaments? They were big at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to the biggest one. How much have you learned as you've progressed in this?
I've realized that whenever it is a bigger tournament, you just gotta pretend like it's just another one, a meet or another smaller tournament, and just take a deep breath and calm down.
Talk to me about how everybody gets along on this team.
We really never fight. I mean, we're very close, we're very sarcastic, and we kid a lot with each other, so that's always a good environment to be around.
Talk to me about today's team sectional win.
Well, today we played good. We just had a few rough spots, but I think it's good to get them worked out now. We were a little bit nervous, but going to state, I think we'll be confident and we'll be ready to play our best.
What do you think the key was for your team today?
The key is just staying calm and just knowing if you have a bad shot that the next shot can definitely save a hole and you can just pick up where you left off.
Okay. Going to state as a team, what do you think makes this team special? Why do you think you do well down there?
Well, we definitely have experience since we went last year, and I think that we're playing a lot better this year, and that's given us some lower scores, so that would definitely help.
Talk to me about how that experience will help and how you know the routine at state and how much that will help you.
It definitely calms your nerves a little bit because you know what to expect, and you're not always going to be like, oh, what's coming next. So I definitely think that we'll just be a lot more calm and ready.
You're left-handed. How do the courses change? How is it different for you maybe than a right-hander, or is it?
It definitely can be, I guess. Like, if I slice, it's definitely not gonna, a right-hander isn't gonna have to think about the same things I'm gonna have to think about, but I can also use it to my advantage, which is a good thing.
You play quick. How is that an advantage for you? I mean, you don't waste any time. Talk to me about your thought process, maybe even going up to the ball. Why do you play quick, but you're good at it. Talk to me about that a little bit.
Well, I try not to go too quick because I don't want to swing too quick, but definitely as I'm walking up, I look to see what I have and just envision the next shot and just focus on that and get up there and just don't think too much about it and just get it and hit it and be ready.
What's more important to you, an individual title or a team title?
I'd say more importantly, the team title would be better, but if you play good individually, then your team score is also going to be better, so it's going to help both ways.
How was your game improved this year?
Well, I've definitely calmed the nerves. I'm ready. I know what to expect, but I'd say my iron play has gotten a lot better this year, so that takes off some stress.
And the key is to win this whole thing as a team. Everybody has to be close, and you've done that. You turned the corner 3-4 weeks ago. You had the big meeting or whatever happened. The coach decided we got to get this. Everybody's got to get close. You did that. Talk to me about how that came about, maybe.
Well, she just told us, I know you guys can do it. I have a lot of faith in you. You guys are a good team, and that just really boosts our confidence, and we're just ready to go. We know we can do it, and that's important.
Okay, I guess one more question. Talk to me about the conference of progression from maybe the district tournament to the conference tournament to the district tournament to the sectionals, now to state. How your team has gotten better along the way. Talk to me about that a little bit, and the confidence.
Well, we definitely started off good with conferences. Good to have it at home and get on a course that you know well. And then going to Chillicothe, we definitely know that course. And that gave us a lot of confidence because we posted 3 really low rounds. And then sectionals, you just kind of got to do what you got to do to survive and make it onto state. And now we're just ready to go, and we're ready to win.
I lied, one more question. How about by winning the sectionals today, how much confidence does that give you and the team going into state?
It gives you a lot of confidence because you're up there. You're one of the top teams. People are looking at you. They want to beat you, but you just got to stay focused and be ready to win.
How do you stay focused on the course for 18 holes?
I just try to stay locked in. You got to have some fun too, though. That always helps. That calms you down. But I just try to stay focused and play my game and don't get too flustered.
I'm very excited for the girls. I know that they were very stressed out going into today, and as a coach, I try as much as I can to calm that, make them relax. But the newness of the course that we're playing, different competitors that they're playing with in their group, there's just the nerves of the next round, and sometimes that's hard to overcome. And playing on the course, just getting into the rhythm kind of breaks that down. And I'm really excited that we get to move on as a team. To win sectionals is even better, and now we can move on to the next round.
Why can this team win it?
For a lot of different reasons. I think the fact that they push each other and they're confident in the way that they play. They usually play pretty smart shots and stay safe, and I think that's the important part of the next round, is to keep yourself out of trouble and eliminate the number of second shots that you have to make, maybe that you don't normally take. I think just their focus and their desire to play well and to be a state champion. A lot of teams or individuals say that they want to achieve that goal, but I feel like these girls have really put in the time, the effort, and the mental focus throughout the course of our season to attain that goal.
How will the experience of playing last year help?
Experience is undeniably the most important thing in a game of golf. When you have to play 2 rounds back to back, it can be something that really tests your nerves and your focus. Are you able to bounce back the very next day from not your best round? I think last year that the 3 that were on that team have the experience that they can rub off on our 2 freshmen and just go in there relaxed and try not to put the pressure on themselves to perform a certain way. They know we're playing 2 rounds, how they tee off, that the second day is based on individual scores, just a lot of things that you don't deal with in the regular season that they're prepared for.
What do you do as a coach on the course, and how do you help your players out during a round?
I just sit in the clubhouse and don't do anything and just wait for them to come in. I'm just kidding. I try to walk around and just keep them kind of lighthearted, and especially with today and the amount of pressure to get to state. You win districts and it's kind of a little bit of a relief, but I think now ultimately the girls can take a big deep breath and say, we've made it to state. We can enjoy that for tonight, and then tomorrow we're back to work. When I can see that they're struggling, I just try to give them some little piece of advice. I try not to get too specific on swing or technique, but something more mental that they can focus on the course.
Talk to me about the progression over the last month from winning conference, district, sectionals, and now you're going to state. Tell me about your team progression.
We talked about one of our team scores after we played very well, and we pulled up last year's state scores and looked at what the top teams that finished in the top 3 shot and how realistic that being a top 3 team in the state is. And I think it really put to light that it's not just something that we can say that we want to do, but that it is really something that's a possibility. And I think the girls have been more focused every day at practice. I come out and they're already chipping and putting, and they know what they need to work on, and so they're working on it. I just try to guide them more than anything and kind of stay out of their way. And if there's something I see, then I try to correct it or give them some advice. But I feel like we've really just mentally dialed in the last 3 weeks.
If you win a state championship as a coach, you will still be behind in the Powell household. Talk to me about that.
Well, I don't have the opportunity to win any individual titles. I didn't really play any individual sports in high school, so wrestling for Kevin was something different. We aren't keeping track in our house. Now that Kevin's not coaching, I have the opportunity to pass him up, but I know how supportive he is of our team and our program, and how much he wants this for us, and how he's been patting us on the back and really asking. And we're just looking to the next meet, and it would be, I don't think words can really describe what it would mean to be a state champion. As a player, when I was in high school, it was something that I always wanted to achieve, so to help guide a group of young women to that goal would mean a lot.
One final golf question about the Powell household. Who's the better golfer, you or Kevin?
Is that really a real question, Fred?